They never saw it coming. They thought they had you figured out, tied to their manipulative games, forever enduring their nonsense. But then you flipped the script. You played the ultimate move, the one they never prepared for. You walked away. This wasn't just a departure. It was a checkmate. In their arrogance, they believed their control was absolute, that their strings would keep you dancing to their tune. But what they didn't understand was that you weren't their puppet. You were the quiet strategist, biding your time, watching and waiting. And when you left, their entire narrative collapsed. Walking away wasn't about weakness. It was about strength. It was about reclaiming your dignity and showing them that love isn't a leash, it's a choice. And when they pushed too far, you made the ultimate choice to choose yourself over their games. Now, they're left scrambling, spinning in circles, trying to figure out how they lost their grip. The illusion of control they built around you has shattered, and the reality is undeniable. They underestimated you at every turn. Your silence, your absence, it screams louder than any words ever could. Breaking free wasn't just an act of rebellion. It was a declaration of power. They thought they'd win, but you didn't just end the game. You redefined it, and that, above all, terrifies them. They mistook your love for weakness, didn't they? They thought it was a leash, something they could tighten and loosen at will. They saw your patience as submission, your kindness as naivety. But what they didn't realize is that love, real love, is strength, and it takes the strongest kind of love to walk away. Love isn't about enduring endless games or tolerating disrespect. It's about giving your heart fully, yes, but it's also about knowing when to protect it. You stayed longer than they deserved, not because you were weak, but because you believed in them. You gave them chance after chance, hoping they'd rise to meet you, but they didn't. And that's when you did the hardest thing. You chose yourself. Walking away wasn't abandoning love, it was redefining it. You turned your patience into boundaries, your kindness into a shield. Love didn't make you weak, it made you brave. Brave enough to demand better, to say enough, and to stop fixing what was never yours to fix. Now they sit in their regret, spinning tales of how you changed, how you became cold. But the truth is, you simply reclaimed your power. Love didn't break you, it built you. And the moment you walked away, you proved that love isn't just about giving. It's about knowing when to stop. That's the kind of strength they'll never understand. Regret has a way of creeping in, doesn't it? It sneaks up on them in the quiet moments, in the middle of the night when there's no one around to distract them. They thought they could treat you however they pleased, take you for granted, and still have you stay. But now, your absence looms like a void they can't fill. A silence louder than any argument ever was. They replay every moment, every slide, every betrayal, wondering where it all went wrong. Deep down, they know the answer. They see the cracks in the foundation they built with manipulation and half-hearted apologies. They see how they pushed too far, tested your patience too many times, and assumed you'd never leave. The void you left isn't just about your presence. It's about everything you brought into their life. Love, stability, light. They're fumbling now, trying to recreate what you gave so effortlessly. But they can't. What you offered came from a place of genuine care, something they didn't value until it was gone. Now they're trapped in their own cycle of self-reflection and loss, haunted by the realization that they were the ones who broke it all. Regret is their constant companion, and it's not your burden to carry. Let them sit with it. You've already moved forward, leaving them behind to wrestle with the fallout of their own actions. That's the consequence of underestimating someone irreplaceable. There's a moment when you stop fighting for them and start fighting for yourself. That's when everything changes. They played their games, pushed your limits, and expected you to stay trapped in their cycle. But self-respect, your self-respect, broke that chain. Choosing yourself over their games wasn't just a decision. It was a revolution. You stopped pouring your energy into fixing what they continually broke. You saw through the manipulation, the empty promises, and realized you deserved better, so much better. Walking away wasn't an act of defeat. It was the ultimate act of power. And now you're thriving beyond their reach. While they spin their narratives and wallow in regret, you're building a life that's vibrant, fulfilling, and entirely your own. Your growth isn't just about moving on. It's about rising higher than they ever thought possible. They see your glow, your resilience, and it eats away at them because they know they had a part in your strength, but only because they forced you to find it. Self-respect is a force they can't touch. It's what makes you unstoppable, untouchable. Their games only had power because you once played along. Now, standing tall in your own worth, you've left them behind, scrambling to figure out how they lost someone like you. But the answer is simple. You chose you, and that's a choice you'll never regret. You didn't just leave, they lost you. And that's a distinction they'll carry for the rest of their lives. You see, your strength, your patience, your love, it wasn't ordinary. It was extraordinary. They thought you were replaceable, but now they realize they were wrong. People like you don't come around twice. You've become the standard they'll measure everyone against. They'll search for pieces of you in others, but no one will compare. That's the weight of their regret, knowing they had something real, something rare, and they let it slip through their fingers. They'll replay the moments, the choices, the mistakes that led to your absence, and it will haunt them. Every new connection they made will remind them of what they had and lost. But this isn't about their regret. It's about your resilience. You turned their games, their underestimations and their betrayals into fuel for your growth. Their loss became your ultimate victory. You didn't just survive, you thrived. You didn't just walk away. You built a life so radiant and unshakable that their whispers of regret can't reach you. Your legacy isn't the hurt they caused. It's the strength you found because of it. Let their regret echo. It's not yours to carry. The only thing that matters now is the life you're creating, one that proves they were never the end of your story. Yun Zanya, just the beginning of your triumph.